What else? Development of fine. So these are the few chapters we have completed in embryo until now. As per you all remember, we are left with 3 more topics, okay? Development of genital system, it's your male reproductive and female reproductive system. Then the development of face and neck region. Then the development of nervous system. It includes the development of brain and spinal cord mainly. Okay, these are the only 3 chapters or 3 topics left. We have to cover all these 3 topics in this month. So I'll be taking classes little fast. You should understand. If any doubts, you can discuss with me. Okay. So what was the last class? Anybody remember the last discussion? Okay, we'll start with the genital system. Okay. In the last class, we have discussed about the development of gonads. I'll repeat the same topic one more time. Anybody know what are the factors that decide the developing embryo will develop into the male one or the female one? What are the factors that are responsible? Okay, when the embryo is developing until certain week, whether it's a male baby or a female baby, it will show the same feature. Okay, only until certain week. After certain week, it will start developing or it will start showing whether it's a male baby or a female baby. So what are the factors that are responsible for this? Anti-Müllerian duct. Okay, anti-Müllerian duct. Next. Any other factors or substance? Okay, until which week we are unable to identify whether it's a male embryo or a female embryo? Last table, stop talking. Okay, until 7th week, the development will be similar in both the male and female embryos. Okay, by the 7th week, there will be development of the genital system and it will start showing whether the embryo will develop into a male baby or a female baby. Okay, after the 7th week only, we can identify the gender of the developing embryo. Okay, the first and foremost factor that is important to identify the gender is your XY chromosome. Okay, so we all know if the developing embryo get X chromosome, it will develop into a female baby. If it gets a Y chromosome, it will develop into a male baby. Okay, what about the second important factor? The second important factor is called SRY gene. Okay, the second important factor is called SRY gene and it is specifically located on the Y chromosome. And the importance of this SRY gene is it will produce 2 important cells. The first one is Sertoli cells and the other one is Leydig cells. The SRY gene, particularly located on your Y chromosome, will produce 2 important cells. The first one is Leydig cell and the second one is Sertoli cells. Okay, so what are the importance of these cells? What are the characteristic features in general?
Sertoli cell is for nourishment.
Okay.
Leydig cell is for producing testosterone.
Producing?
Testosterone.
Okay, fine. Others? Anything else? Okay. These Leydig cells are mainly derived from the mesenchymal cells. Okay. These are derived from mesenchymal cells. And they are mainly responsible for the production of testosterone. But during the development, we can only see the Leydig cells up to the 18th week. Okay, it will start almost from the 5th to 7th week, somewhere between the 5th to 7th week, and it will present only up to the 18th week. After that, it will disappear. The Leydig cells will disappear, and again we can see them during the puberty. Is it clear? And this one is an MCQ question. So during the development around 5th to 7th week, we can see the production of Leydig cells. They are mainly responsible for the production of testosterone, and they are derived from the mesenchymal cells, but these cells can be only seen until the 18th week. After that, it will disappear. Again, we can see these cells at the time of puberty. Okay. What about the Sertoli cells? It is derived from Sertoli cells are mainly derived from sex cord cells. Okay. Sertoli cells are mainly derived from the sex cord cells, and they produce a very important substance called Müllerian inhibiting substance. Okay, MIS. Müllerian inhibiting substance. And this Müllerian inhibiting substance can be particularly seen in males or females? In males. Okay. Any other answer? Müllerian inhibiting substance. Significance of this substance is mainly to inhibit the Müllerian duct. Okay, so now tell me whether we can see this in males or females or in both the sex. It inhibits Müllerian duct. Okay, it is seen in females. Any other answers? Any other answers? Males. Okay. Others? He is telling females and the last guy is telling males, so which one? If I am not wrong, this topic is discussed in your physio. I think so. I am not sure. Okay. Okay. Okay, Müllerian duct mainly helps in the testis formation, so it should be present in females to inhibit the factor. Okay, any other answers? And what about the sex cord cells? I mentioned Sertoli cells are derived from the sex cord cells. So where you can see these sex cord cells? And what is the significance of sex cord cells? Any other name? Müllerian inhibiting substance is present in male to inhibit the Müllerian duct in males. Okay. And what is the requirement to inhibit the Müllerian duct in males? Okay, fine. Sit down. Okay, no problem. Just write it down. Whatever the explanation I have given here, write it down in your own sentence. Take 5 minutes and find out whether we can see the Müllerian inhibiting substance or a factor that can be seen in males and females with explanation. First, write it down. Write this whole thing in your own sentence once. Can be seen in males or females? Both. Okay. What about the Müllerian inhibiting substance? Okay. So Müllerian duct can be seen in both males and females, right? Yes or no? Okay. What about the inhibiting substance? It can be seen in males. Okay. Any explanation? Okay, there is no Y chromosome in female embryo, so there will be no presence of SRY gene and okay, so there will be okay, since there is no SRY gene, there will be no production of Sertoli cells, so the Müllerian duct will persist in females. Okay, any other answers? So the Müllerian duct in males will later develop into, you guys said Müllerian duct is present in both males and females, right? So the Müllerian duct will later develop into which part in males? In males it will develop into testis, sure? No? It will regress, okay, and it will develop into testis. One more answer. Any other answers? So what happens to the Müllerian duct present in females? It will later helps in the formation or development of uterus, fallopian tube, right? Fallopian tube and upper part of the vagina. What about this in males? The Müllerian duct present in females will persist and later it will develop into uterus, helps in the development of uterus, fallopian tube and also the upper part of the vagina. That is right. What about males? It will regress or it will develop into testis? It will develop into, okay.
During the embryonic stage, Müllerian duct and Müllerian duct both are developed in the female. But at 6-3, due to the presence of MIS in males, the Müllerian duct get regressed and the Müllerian duct develops and it forms the male genital organ. And in females, there are no male androgens, so the Müllerian duct regresses and the Müllerian duct what is the female genital?
So the Müllerian duct regress in males, right? There will be no development of testes from the Müllerian duct. Sure, sit down. So that's the right answer. In males, the Müllerian duct will later regress, whereas in female, it will persist and helps in the development of the female reproductive parts or system. Okay, take down those 2 points also. Okay, we'll stop here only. Just try to remember these points. Again, Wednesday I have class. From the Wednesday class, I'll continue the topic, okay? But don't forget these points. It is very basic to learn both female reproductive system and male reproductive system, okay?